you?
Oh, he tried stabbing me yesterday.
How the hell did you win?
Whoa.
It's about time.
Tried to stab somebody yesterday, Daryl?
Yeah, because he threatened my life, with a big old stone hatchet.
Okay. Well, we are in court, so maybe you should deal with that later.
No, we settled it. I showed him a cord.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Happy ending, everybody. Yeah, so if all the candidates could please come stand up in front of the bench over here.
Vote for Biff.
All right, we'll get this show on the road. Welcome, everybody, to the 2024 Winter Debates. I'm James Knight, your moderator for this evening. Tonight, we'll be hearing from all the available candidates for county commissioner and the state governor's position. Anybody that's not here tonight to perform in the debate should be noted that, not everybody can make it and it shouldn't be held against them. We do thank those that came tonight, and we hope to see a good, lively, clean, well-made debate. There's going to be an open series of questions followed by a challenge mode, ending off with open statements, after which, if there's time, we'll take questions from the floor. So I'm going to start asking questions to our candidates here. We do have Jim Buckner and Biff Schnese running for the governor's office, and Terry Manning here is running for county commissioner. And I do believe Daryl Bobby wants to partake as well in some lively discussion, just because. All right, so I'm going to be asking these questions, and then I'm going to be directing it at one of you. So y'all have to pay attention, make sure you understand the question, and I'm asking, who's going to answer afterward. All right, so let's start off here. In light of the previous government's corruption, how do you intend to win back the trust of the public should you be elected as governor? We're going to go with Jim on this one.
One of the biggest things that I pride myself on is hard work. Being here, showing up for work each and every single day for every single one of these individuals in this city. There was a lot of corruption in the last ones, and Chad did whatever the hell Chad did. I'm an honest, hard-working man, and you can check the calluses on each and every single one of my hands. I've done just about every job in this city, and I want to make sure to look after every single one of individuals in this city. So I always have an open door of communication to me here in this office of the state.
Can I call you now?
Yeah, excellent. Short and concise. I like that. We're not asking everybody. It's all right. I'm gonna direct questions to each of you, but we do appreciate the initiative there. But I do have one for you there, Biff. I'll let you know that this one's for you. What do you answer to the arguments that you may have a criminal background?
Look, I've been honest and truthful through the entirety of my campaign, including before and very well after. The allegations that I have a criminal background, well, it's no surprise, and I've said this when I've talked to people on the streets. I have been through the system once. I've had the privilege and the support to get past that and, turn my life around. You can see now my record is clean, which hence obviously makes sense because I'm running for governor. But I believe this background can actually have a good turnout, silver lining, if you will. The third part of my platform, as many of you may know, is life after crime. I've told many of you this statistic, but out of the 217 individuals I polled throughout this city and state, 93% have a criminal background. So if anything, it's no surprise that I've been through that. Now,
Shut the fuck up.
The piece of that is having a criminal background. I understand the difficulties individuals have readjusting into society. That's why I pledge to change that. Talking about reduced felon taxes and earnings, in terms of helping out with legal jobs, making them more money and gun rights, and additionally adding volunteering services for them to do around the city to reduce their
All right.
probationary period.
That's time. Okay, let's see.
The fuck I'm talking about? That's a difference.
All right, what are your thoughts on the theory that these elections are merely a beauty contest and that the merits of the candidates matter? Terry, we'll go with you on this one.
Can you repeat that one more time? I didn't hear it fully.
These elections every
Harry,
every
you need to
term
speak
are
up.
merely a popularity contest. What do you say to that?
I mean, yes and no. It is a popularity contest, but also, I'm sure people love to see the same issues not be resolved over and over and over again. So popularity can only get you so far. Change needs to be in effect, and it needs to take effect in order to win people over.
All right, excellent. Thank you. If elected, what will be your first order? Biff.
Day one of my term in office is going to be sitting down with my cabinet and establishing an independent oversight committee. Buckner here talked about, citing his good work in the past, and that should answer corruptness. But who cares if I have calluses on my hands, feet, knees, and toes? What matters is action. Having an independent oversight committee run by the people of this city and state is what matters. Okay, that's going to be filled with citizens, and it's going to ensure no corruption ever happens now and in the future.
Hell yeah.
All right. Jim, same question.
What I plan to focus on is things that I know that I can actually get done. First thing that I want to get done in this great state is check in on these, especially those meat packaging plants, the fish market and things like that. It is illegal to be searching your government background as just a public job. There's no reason that they should be checking your backgrounds. The CDL, they have a reason, and that's through the government. What I want to do is I want to focus on things that I can make sure that I can get done, and it is illegal to be searching your criminal background just for selling some meat here and there.
Okay then.
I like that.
Me too.
All right.
We always talk
Terry,
about
why
it.
does Blaine County need a county commissioner? Can't the governor just do that job?
I mean, we've had multiple governors, and they've done nothing for Blaine County. The proof is in the pudding. Action has not been taken for Blaine County, so it's time for action to be taken.
All right. Easy answer. Mr. Buckner, do you think Los Santos is better off without a mayor?
Repeat that again one more time, sir.
Do you think Los Santos is better off without the position of mayor?
No, I do believe that there should be a mayor out here as well. Like Mr. Biff said, checks and balances are great for this environment. We always need people to work with. A solo out here, it's quite a tough job. When you got individuals and you can create a group and an entity that can all work together, that is much more beneficial to the state here.
Very good. Terry, how will you help drive more business towards Blaine County and the townships therein?
Well, the idea is to see what the need is in Los Santos, why people want to stay in Los Santos so much rather than going out and visiting other neighboring counties, and to see if we can't mimic that in Blaine County areas such as Grapeseed, Harmony, Polito. People only pass by these areas on the way to their next destination. There, it's never really a stop and visit. It's rather, what do I need, and let me get out of here. So I'm going to be exploring multiple different avenues of getting visitation up to these counties, as I'm not going to lie, city folk just come up and abuse our resources and then leave. So we're going to put an end to that.
I me.
I don't know what the hell you just said, Bobby.
Okay, Mr. Schneezy, what do you say to the claims that you cannot be trusted?
Look, again, it seems like targeting, just like with that last question in terms of like criminal background. in terms of cannot be trusted, it's individuals who haven't taken the time and heard me out or seen my platform. And any individual who has had the time and given me the privilege of my
Keep talking,
platform,
man.
yeah, let's keep it down back there. They've seen that I am true in my words, spending 3 months building my platform and working with my friends and family to establish good businesses and connections around town. We have no ill intentions, and if they have those ill intentions, then clearly they're just supporting the other side. The two other members who just didn't make an effort to come here today.
Yeah, very good, very good. As for the questions, they are obviously directed questions, Mr. Snazy. That's why we're here. People want to hear the questions that they have
Let's hear.
answered. Yeah. So we're going to get to the challenge mode here. So we'll start with Mr. Buckner and Mr. Snazy. Just give me 1 second here.
Dog, check your phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you fat.
I hope
No,
not,
just
bro.
kidding.
Feeling pretty bad.
Do you guys stretch before this?
Sorry,
I hope you stretched before
What?
this.
Stretch?
I did not
I'm
stretch. No,
always
sir.
stretched. I'm always stretched.
This is like going to be a battle.
I got here for your Tracy, mate, for like your beer.
Okay,
I
so
didn't sign up for this goddamn shit.
we're gonna.
Job to work in the morning. Holy shit.
No, don't worry. I'm not gonna make you guys fight.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh, okay.
do both 3 minutes to challenge your opponent. Basically, I mean, I wish there were more. You could have challenged more of them, but one-on-one is fine too. But you'll have 3 minutes to challenge your opponent. They can answer back, and then after that, they will have 3 minutes to challenge you on anything that they want. So we'll start with Biff, if you want to go first. You can choose.
I would love to. I would love to.
All right. So 3 minutes on the clock. Go.
Yeah, Mr. Buckner, a primary piece of your platform speaks on hard work, calluses, this and that. But contrary to what you're saying, what you said in your speech yesterday is, hey, I'm going to let y'all know right now, you're not getting your gun rights back. Things like that is not what I would want to hear from a future governor. What is your opinion on that? And, why do you?
Like I said, Biff, I've been around a long time. When it comes to these gun rights, they're just right. You talk about wanting more police on duty. You want to see more EMS. Well, I've worked those shifts. I've been out there. You want to give more guns into the hands of those people that are killing people. That's just going to make things a lot worse out there.
Well, actually, the piece of that, and everyone should know, is that that's not the intention at all. Yes, we need more EMS. It's because individuals have come and said there's not enough paramedics in town. That's what the job initiative is about. And actually, the gun rights, which is what we're neglecting here, is that the fact that 93% of people have a criminal background and they got their rights away, the rights taken away. You don't think that's egregious?
Damn. Speak, preach.
So
I mean, just that silent. So go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
You talk about getting gun rights back to all these felons, and there's so many felons in this and that city. And you talk about having people come in here. Why would they want to be a citizen? Well, it's because why get a felon and just get your gun back? There's no penalty out there for people disobeying the law. It's a lawful state. Yes, there's rights, but rights when you decide to shoot people. And trust me, I've been there. I've had to do the things that I've had to do for this country before. That's why I don't gun myself. It's a legal acting citizen for a long time in this state, never had to fire a single bullet. The best weapon in this city is a silver tongue. More people need to be able to talk themselves out of situations instead of just pulling up a gun.
1 minute remaining.
Yeah, unfortunately, with that thought process, though, and you said a couple of things I want to tag on. You said, I don't want new citizens, or citizens don't want to be citizens. I never said that. Instead, the initiative there was, incentivize these new citizens to, instead of go get a new gun, go down to the job center, aka my new welfare office, to get a job and actually work. Everyone who's worked, everyone who's lived in the city, and quite frankly, the whole entirety of the state. You may be the only person who hasn't ever shot a gun, but there's a lot of individuals who do certain illegal activities and threaten them, and they have to defend themselves. That's our right. 93% of people have a background. They have their rights taken away, and that's a massive error. The problem is we can take the time, and I've already worked with the DA and many of my legal team members to write up laws to see how we can categorize certain felonies so it's not a blanket ban. Okay?
And with that being said, I've seen it on the streets from the people that I've had to pick up and help. those guns are still out there on those streets with or without.
All
that
right.
They'll get
law.
guns
That's time.
anywhere. They're gonna get guns
That's time.
anywhere.
That's tight.
He bitched you.
All right, Mr. Buckner, you have 3 minutes to challenge your opponent.
So, Biff, a big thing that you say is, welfare, getting more money into the hands of these citizens. Well, have you ever thought that there's not too much budget out there? That man, Peter.philips, like you said, gambled a hell of a lot of money away. So there's a lot of red coming from your platform there. How do you expect to get any green going in? Because a lot of what you're talking about is just spending money, spend.
Oh, well, quite frankly, putting money into the citizens' pockets will yield itself via taxes and just developing themselves and contributing to the economy. I don't know what you're speaking on in terms there's a lot of red. You said actually a crazy claim yesterday that we have $0 in the government balance because of Peter.philips. That's unfounded. So there's no concern there. And instead, I'm providing a clear, dedicated platform that says, hey, we're going to revamp that job center next down bad, turn it into a welfare office, make jobs there with the job center, and people are going to get jobs. Because we got, quite frankly, on the street I live in, there's a whole bunch of trash, no garbage men and women. They need to be incentivized and get paid more with legal jobs. It's a cyclical
All right,
thing.
well, I'm going to interrupt right there. I've been running a septic and sanitation company for the past 2 goddamn years. I have
Exactly.
collected over about, I don't know, probably like 20,000 kilograms of trash in the past 6 months. Are you
Thank you,
saying us
Daryl.
hardworking folk in Sandy Shores don't exist? I put out
Nobody said
ads.
that. Nobody said. I said
try
the
to
street I
hire
live in,
people.
which is inside the city.
I hire
There,
people from all over.
huh?
I run a route every single week, 2 times a week there, Biff. That's something that you're not understanding
you
a lot about these
You're
hardworking
misconstruing what I'm
individuals.
saying.
Thank you.
You're trying to twist it here. Allow me to speak. I never said the current hardworking individuals aren't contributing to society. It's just that the weight on their back is becoming too much. So instead, why do we incentivize new
1 minute
employees
left.
to take that initiative? Okay, why not
I have a
establish a
question
quota for
here,
individuals who
Biff,
get paid
for you.
more? Go ahead.
Have you ever worked a go postal job? Have you ever picked
Yes,
up
I
a piece
have.
of garbage yourself?
Yes, I have.
How often do you run shifts for that there, son?
Well, I've been campaigning for the last month and showing up for important things like this. So past month or so, I have not done that.
So
Have you?
you failed to, yes, sir.
Well, I have other business initiatives I'm doing.
I've showed up for my shift over at the Los Santos
30
Fire
seconds left.
Department.
You know, being
I've
an
done
individual who's been in the
done
city
my
for a while,
route
you
in
can have
Little
many
Soul when it
hats.
comes to picking up garbage.
I've saved enough working these legal jobs where I'm privileged enough to contribute to my society by making new business with my friends and family. So I don't get your point there.
So
This
you're
is a-
privileged to spend time with your friends and family instead of getting out there and doing the hard work necessary. For your
No,
city.
we do hard work, sir. This is an election for governor, not union commissioner. Okay.
All right,
It's all
that's
one and
time.
the same.
That's the people, man. That's the people.
They took our
All right.
jobs.
Some very well-mannered, clean fighting out there, gentlemen.
May I ask you a question?
What do you want?
What?
What?
Trust me, it'll be worth it. I mean, I've been in term for 6 months. I know some stuff.
All right, Daryl Bobby, everybody.
Hey, I got some questions for you, Biff.
Of course. Go ahead.
It's a little bit targeted towards you. I have some questions for Jim Buckner too.
Okay.
But you claim you want to give gun rights back to the citizens, correct?
Yeah, a piece of my platform mentioning returning gun rights to certain individuals who have a criminal background. Yes.
I have been in office for 6 months total, 2 terms. I remember when the gun rights were taken away, and I remember when Peter.philips tried to get them back. And I can guarantee you, you're going to have a lot of opposition from the Supreme Court. You know, if Peter.philips can't overturn them, how can you?
Yeah, that's a great point. I've made it no secret throughout the campaign, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a far-fetched ask. Simple as that. Individuals prior to me and current candidates who aren't even here have mentioned gun rights, this, jobs, that, and this is a big ask. The difference is that I have had meetings with the individuals who sit on the little platform that write the law proposals that then go to the federal government. And I'm only a candidate. My team has already written proposals, and that's what we're also going to be working on day one on a biweekly at minimum basis to get that nice and tight and ready to go within the first month. That's the difference. And quite frankly, if things do happen at the federal government level, they don't like the proposal, that's okay. there's going to be a pushback, like you just said, Mr. Bobby. But
Yeah, I
the problem
understand that.
is saying it's never going to happen, which is disgusting, and saying, just simply saying gun rights is not good enough. I've taken the step forward.
Well, I never said it was never going to happen. I'm just asking you how
Of
you're
course
going to do
not.
it
I'm talking
different
about
than
other
Peter
individuals.
Phillips.
Yeah, writing the proposals as a candidate. I'm already working on it.
Okay. I got another question. What do you want to do to help Sandy Shores in Blaine County and all them residents out? I mean, there's a
Great.
lot of hard-working folk up there. There's
Right.
foreigners, me, sanitation workers. I mean, what
Right.
do you want to do to help Blaine County out?
Yeah, so when I was campaigning out in Sandy Shores and Paleto, the primary thing is I've heard that we're looking for more foot traffic out there. Prior candidates have mentioned, hey, we're going to put a little diner here, a business there. And, a piece of my economic development platform is creating a government grant for entrepreneurs to get up and running, right? But I don't think that's good enough. I think there does need to be more foot traffic in those areas to alleviate a lot of stress on the hardworking individuals and create a stronger economy, if you will. And so I intend to establish a ferry system, if you will, for individuals down at the port that can, get a quick, cheap, accessible ride up to Sandy Shores.
All right.
Well, wouldn't that take away money from the hard-working taxi folk?
No, sir. No, sir. I've had very strong discussions with individuals who work in the taxi business, especially an individual who is at the head of that. And he rejoiced at the thought of creating, a more incentivized business plan, business extension that protects his taxi drivers and incentivizes them to work longer hours. More importantly, the job center I mentioned in my new welfare office I'm proposing will have a job posting for individuals who are good at driving, have that skill in past lives, and want to contribute to that. So again, there's enough money to trickle all over the place. Let's
Now, will this
continue
job
to just
center
work with the
also
foundation.
be revamped up in Sandy Shores?
Daryl, do you have any questions for
Oh,
Mr.
yeah, let me
Buckner?
ask Jim. Sorry, I'm a little fucked
Yeah, no
up on
problem, man.
shrooms right now. Jim, I got a question. What do you want to do to help the city slickers out?
Help the trash collectors out.
No, the city slickers out. I mean,
The
after
city
all, you're going to
slickers
be
out.
governor, right? You got to govern the city in, like Haley.
One of the biggest things that I'd like to do is these individuals, especially these civilians, another firearm in their hands that they can be able to protect themselves. Like we said, we do have a right to bear arms in this state, and felons, unfortunately, have lost that right. But we do have the citizens in this state who sometimes have to defend themselves. I'd love to be able to get them more firearms in their hands. We need to be able to protect ourselves from home invasion if that were ever to happen. And with just a pistol, that's not going to happen. They always travel in packs when they'd like to do them criminal activities. Trust me, you got to get it how it is. My daddy was a shiner. I came from a long line of shiners back in Kentucky, and I have grew up in that criminal life. So part of a reason why that I'm in the Los
10
Santos
seconds.
Fire Department to remember the times and redeem the life that my papa lived.
Right. And for you, Terry Maney, how would you like to improve relations between the city and Blake County, as there are high tensions between Blake County residents, as many of them believe a wall should be built? What is your opinion on that?
Can you repeat the question? It's super hard to hear you. Are you okay, Bobby?
I'm extremely high on shrooms right now,
I need you
but
to
that is
enunciate your
besides the
words.
point.
Enunciate words. I can barely
Okay.
understand you.
What would you like to do to improve relations between Blaine and Los Santos City? Because many Blaine County residents want to build a wall. How would you like to temper that out?
Okay, what I got from that question is, am I a fan of building a wall between Blaine
No,
County and
no.
Los
Okay,
Santos?
so relations between allegedly relations between Blaine County residents and Los Santos residents are not very good. With again allegedly Blaine County residents wanting a wall built between the two. How do you feel about that? How would you fix that?
A wall realistically would take a good amount of time to build, and it wouldn't
No, like how would you
necessarily.
fix relations between the city and Blaine County is what I'm asking, not necessarily the wall.
Oh, it's one step at a time. You gotta tackle things one step at a time. Like you can't expect people to change their mind frame overnight.
Good,
It's gonna
bro.
take some convincing. Somebody okay back there? What?
I don't know. Keep going.
Anyways, but it starts with tackling small subjects one at a time. So, or subjects one at a time. So we can tackle the issue of Harmony being a forgotten space and Sandy being a dump land for Los Santos citizens, and Grapeseed being abused for their resources by people from all over,
10
and
seconds.
Polito just being completely abandoned. We need to tackle Daryl, Bobby. I will talk to you
I'm,
later.
I'm sorry. I surely am sorry.
You just wasted 7 seconds of my debate time right there.
I'm
All
sorry.
right, that's time.
I'll
Get him
ask you
out of
one-
here.
I'll ask you one more question,
Daryl,
James.
yeah,
One
why
more
don't you- why
question.
don't you-
Big.
Just go sit down, Daryl. Just go sit down.
I just want to
Let's
ask
hear from the
everybody to-
people, man.
Yeah, let's hear from the people. Okay, but
Yeah, that's. Daryl, Bobby, everybody.
I, County
Woo!
Commissioner there, bye-bye.
All right,
He
we
did
are
nothing as
going to
commissioner.
take questions from
That's
the
a
audience
fucking
now.
law.
If you will please form an orderly line down the middle here to the doors. We will take
Get up there,
questions.
get up
Please keep your questions brief. This is not a soapbox. And the answers that the candidates give will also be timed to 1 minute. Make sure if you are asking a question that you have raised your voice so that everybody can hear you.
Okay, I'm just going to come inside here now, okay?
Yep, okay. There you go.
All right. Well, first I would like to address I would say that the past administration did a wonderful job,
That's what I think.
and nobody should be saying otherwise. Or else. Second of all, for the governors, how do you, our public healthcare system is in the shitter. Mr. Buckner, how are you going to fix this, huh?
What I plan to do is we have those docks down there. Those docks and those boats are doing a lot of importing instead of exporting. I want to get more money. We're going to operate with a.
Can't hear you.
We got those docks down there. We're doing a lot of importing instead of exporting. I'm going to work on getting some jobs created. We need to get the sawmill up and running. We need to do some more farming out here. Once we can get that money up and running, I plan to help these lovely individuals in Los Santos Fire Department upgrade their paychecks so that they feel that their time is worth it out there on duty so that we can have more of the professional individuals out there. When it comes to those individuals at the hospitals taking care of you, I'd love to be able to get that lowered just a little bit. I'd love for it to, be able to allow you to take a loan from the hospital if you ever need it when you're in
10
dire
seconds.
need and you don't have the fund.
Can I ask the same question to Biff?
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
Sure,
all
sure.
right. Same question. Fix
Sure,
fix the shithole. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we had that beautiful discussion over by Legion a couple days ago with this same question. And unfortunately, the docs has nothing to do with healthcare system. Insurance companies, the deductibles just simply aren't reaching the fixed cost rates, and it's coming out of our pockets. What we need to do is establish more jobs, a little bit more accessibility for healthcare individuals working in healthcare to reach our citizens. And importantly, getting money into our citizens' pockets via my welfare and jobs program will allow healthcare costs to be more affordable. And in the long run, more money around the economy allows us to reduce healthcare costs.
Amen.
I would say the problem is with the healthcare system missing employees.
So this isn't a
Yeah,
soapbox.
with the
Thank you
job
for your
postings,
time.
yes,
Fine,
sir.
fine.
Thank you for your
fine.
questions.
I'm leaving.
Next.
Great question. Great question.
All right. Mr. Biff, you talk about giving the weapons to felons, but Mr. Buckner talked about putting more weapons inside of regular people's everyday hands. What are your plans to get weapons in some regular civilians' hands that could help protect us, Mr. Buckner?
Yes, Biff or Buckner. I can't tell.
Yeah. I was the one that
I-
was
I'm-
going for the.
You got
Oh
it.
yeah.
I was the one that was going for the civilians to have more firearms there to protect themselves.
Yes. That's why I'm asking. What kind of
How?
what is your plan to do that? Like, how can you make that happen?
I'm going to work with the local government to approve those weapons. Those weapons are already in stock at the local ammunitions. You can see them. It's just with your firearms license, it does not permit you to carry anything more than a Class 1 there, brother. And so I would like to get that shotgun down to maybe a Class 2 and be able to get that into the hands of the citizens with the regular firearms license that you already currently have.
I like that. I support it. Mr. Biff, can I ask a Biff question?
Go ahead.
Mr. Biff, are you for putting more weapons inside of everyday civilians' hands instead of felons' hands, or are you against it?
Yeah, look, again, we keep talking putting more guns in felons' hands. I don't know if many of you guys just woke up or something, but regardless, if they just because they don't have access to go to the gun store and get guns, they're gonna have guns either way. It's about allowing them to readjust, give them their rights back. Now, to the question of allowing citizens to have more guns, I mean, I could certainly, I've had discussions about creating a certain gun club scenario where you're able to go take a class and get another permit that allows you to have access to a shotgun, especially if a lot of individuals have higher power than yours and are, threatening your legal jobs, if you will, or just with the neighborhood you're living at. So there's certain plans in place and discussions have been had to do that.
Okay.
But again, these are just ideas at this time, and you have to ask the greater question, ladies and gentlemen. Who has well thought this out and developed a platform that makes a foundation for this to all happen? Thank you.
I'd like to ask Terry, but I don't want to take too much time. Thank y'all. Be
Yeah, you
safe.
can ask your question if you want.
You know what?
You
Can
sure?
ask if you want, Noah.
Yeah.
All right, it's my
Okay.
turn.
She's here. Hold on, Phil. All right. Well,
can you speak up, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
And lady.
Yes.
I am a truck driver. I am a truck driver, and I am part of this part of the commercial part of this city, and I am concerned about what security we can get as truck drivers. Because every time I get a job, I am scared because I get assaulted by gangs. What do you think can be done as far as what is happening in the city as far as every truck driver out here being scared for their lives because gangs want to get our stuff in our
Slow down.
Mr.
Who are
Buckner,
you
we'll start
asking?
with you.
Oh, okay.
So the first part of that would be able to, get you a shotgun in your hands to be able to protect yourself. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. A while back, I was leading the force for a truckers union and actually started the school for the CDL license. As Miss Terry said, I'd love to help her get the truckers union up and running. I have a lot of context for that, and it's something that I'd worked on in the past. If you can create a system where there's accountability within themselves, then there won't be need for accountability outside of extra forces, if you will.
Mr. Sneezy?
Yeah, I believe we should reframe that question, if you will. Rather than what you said, the question should be, how do we have more accountability for the bad truckers? I mean, you keep talking about gangs this, gangs that. Well, to me, those are individuals who are living in their designated apartment or house, and they're trying to protect themselves because truckers are driving mock chicken and about to, run over kids. So instead of worrying about protection, we should first start with, hey, where's the highway patrol at? They're over here hanging around Burger Shot or wherever, spending too much time in the city, and they need to be out doing their job. Okay. Moreover, yeah, of course. I've talked to good truckers, and all the truckers say the exact same thing. They did talk about the protection, and as I just said in the last question, having the gun club, getting access to a shotgun if you pass the class and meet the standards, that's another way to have a little bit more firepower and protection for yourself.
You're whispering, sir.
Yes, sir. Can you speak into the microphone? Ms. Manny, do you want to address that as well?
Sure. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Hello?
We can
Is,
hear.
What? Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. What was that? Could you briefly summarize the question for me one more time?
We are truckers. I'm speaking for truckers who have a definitely serious, dangerous job. Who gangs want to get on our routes, and we get shot at, and we get threatened or picked up or killed.
Trucking is a hard job.
Okay, I understand your concerns. The other concerns are like like it was stated before, the unsafe high speeds that truckers tend to go for some reason. It seems like the safety of the heavy loads that they and cargo that they carry across are just go over their heads, but I'm more concerned about a whole semi truck plowing over people than I am for one trucker getting taken hostage. My concern is for the multiple rather than the one. So I
Right.
would have to
So
prioritize the safety of people and the unsafe practicing driving practices of the truckers first. But my goal also is to create a truckers union so that we can meet them to ensure that truckers are both safe but also following safety guidelines set forth by the union to ensure that
10
civilians can
seconds.
feel safe with truckers driving out there.
all right. So none of you understand exactly my question. Thank you.
I mean, multiple lives over singular. It
All
makes
right, thank
sense
you,
to me.
sir. Next.
Get off the
Morons.
fucking stage. Like what?
Sorry, sir, we can't hear you.
Hello, I'm ex-Governor Chad Carrington. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so my questions for all three of you, Terry, it'll be slightly different just because you're a smaller position. I want to hear
Smaller.
more about
Sir,
the.
do not degrade Blaine County like that.
I
ever
am
again.
sorry, ma'am. My question is about
You
the
should exit
economy.
yourself out of here, you former
Facts.
disgraced ex-governor.
All right, my question's about the economy. I hear all these ideas about, opening a welfare office, opening new jobs, getting the shipping containers going. But what about like the businesses that we have that aren't being used? The diner doesn't have an owner. Redwood barely opens. We have Vespucci market stalls that still are just half constructed.
Amen.
What about all these businesses that we have
It's
that
full.
could
It's
bring
yellow
money
full.
and could increase the economy now, but nothing's being done with them?
Terry, we'll start with you since your position is equal to everybody else's.
Sure. You said the diner up in Polito and the Vespucci storefronts, correct?
Yes, ma'am, but I guess for you it'd be more Redwood and the diner in Polito.
So, in order for these businesses to thrive and flourish, we need to get traffic up there. How do I get more people up to Plain County if citizens in Los Santos stay in the city of Los Santos? That is part of the action plan that we're putting together to try to drive more traffic up to Polito. That way, when we do select somebody to go up in there to the restaurant to open something up, they actually have a community to serve rather than crickets.
Facts.
Definitely not incorrect.
Is that it, Terry? Is that all?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
All
if
right,
there's
Mr.
anything else
Sneezy?
Chad wants to ask.
Yeah, sure. Again, this is really on the spearheading economic development plan. I've talked a lot about the job posting, job center, a physical location run by the citizen who is at the welfare office, who allows new people to go work at business like this. And in terms of actually having some upper management, filling out the bottom line, if you will enhance it to allow more individuals to take that managerial role, especially those who are teaching these new interns or apprentices at various locations. Terry very well put, we need more foot traffic in these locations too. Sure, first month, let's make a huge promise, let's make it happen. And a lot of these businesses have a lot of employees, but certainly it'll start to dwindle if not enough foot traffic is going.
All right, Mr. Buckner?
Like Terryville very well said, I think driving traffic to specifically those areas of Redwood, Polito, Sandy Shores, Harmony, and things like that, that's going to be a big help. We need more housing in those areas. More housing means more people to live there, more people to interact with the community. As far as it goes down there at the shops, I do believe that there's tax involved for small businesses. I'd like to help small businesses work with the tax system so that they can get up and running, so that hurting their startup funds.
All right, Chad, did you have any other questions? We can't hear you, Chad.
Oh, sorry. So I have a counter question for Terry because you mentioned, these places up north. They need to
What's your
have
beef
a.
with Terry?
No, I just had a counter question. So she mentioned, obviously you need a population in order to even get these businesses going and get it thriving. But at the same time, how do you plan on getting foot traffic up there if there's nothing for people to go anyways? Like, there's no reason for me to go up there now. So how are you
and
going
egg.
to move profit up there if there's no businesses?
There's plenty of businesses up north. I think what it lacks is advertisement and incentive for people to go up there. Right now, you have great businesses like Vice Motorsports and Polito Mechanic, Go Truck Yourself. All of these businesses are suffering from a lack of interaction and community involvement. So we need to provide an incentive and advertisement, a better advertisement platform for these businesses to thrive, to gain business. Right now, we have not fleshed out a plan yet, but I will meet with these individual businesses to see what we can do to get more people up there.
Perfect. I appreciate you guys. That's all I had.
All right, thank you, Chad. Next, come on up.
Hello, my name is Corn Sutton, and I'm here to speak for a small group of people, the Dice Rollers. Right, Bella Chase, she put out this stupid law claiming that we can't dice roll. It's against tax codes or whatever, and it's a misdemeanor. I want to know what you guys plan to do to help resolve this for the people of Los Santos.
I believe that would be for the governors. So,
Yes,
Mr.
sir. It's for a
Schneezy, we'll
bit of
start with you.
Mr. Buckner.
Sure, I'll take a stab at it. Yeah. Again, these are conversations I've been having with the current DA to explore how legislation in our city and state is evolved for the betterment of our citizens. Right. So what that means is a huge hit has been a misdemeanor addition for street gambling. I see that as an overreach in the law, and that is one of the primary laws I'm going to overturn. Simple as that.
I would. What's your plan to go about this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Again, like I was saying, talking to the DA, which is the actual individual with the other judges who helps make those proposals come into fruition. So simple as that. Talking about the proposal, saying, "Hey, this isn't right." Getting the statistics down, like I've been doing throughout my campaign, especially remove the stigma of crime, will help our argument. That is a proposal I believe shouldn't have any
10
issue
seconds.
getting done.
All right.
Mr.
What do you
Buckner.
think about this, Mr. Buckner?
I do believe, both those candidates are in agreement when it comes to this platform here. It's the money that you worked for, hard-earned money that you deserve to have in your pocket, and do as what you please. There's no reason that you're forced to go to a certain establishment to go ahead and do the exact same thing that you are already doing. I do believe, just get with the state's team of lawyers and, just get that taken care of. Like I said, I do believe we're both heavily in agreement when it comes to that situation. You worked hard for that money and you deserve to do whatever the heck you want to do with that money.
Death row for governor.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. That's all.
Amen.
Yeah, thank you. Next.
Stupid ass law.
Hello, do y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's going on there, brother?
All right. So my question was kind of pertaining to all three of you.
Can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Speak with your chest.
Oh, my fault. So my question is, do any of you have an incentive program or a plan to help new businesses kind of get off the ground?
Yeah, I'd be happy to take that first. Again, like
Sure,
I've
go
mentioned
ahead.
multiple times, is that a part of the economic development platform piece is creating an actual government grant that prop up entrepreneurs. Okay, my plan is, and I've talked this extensively with new businesses who have put a lot of time and energy, including myself at Fratelli Autos, an aspiring business, who deserve a little bit more capital to truly make a difference in our city. So with that little piece of government documentation, you get some government support and grants. And I'm also going to establish incubators and accelerators of like-minded business individuals to help each other out. Because at the end of the day, this is all about unity and sticking together.
Terry,
Yes. Can you repeat the question one more time?
how will you help new businesses?
Well, as
Yeah, like-
president of, sorry.
Never mind. Sorry.
Well, as president of WC8, I mean, we currently have the ability to assign warehouses, and we're hoping to branch out of our current restrictions and offer them to more smaller businesses, so that way you can have a base setup with your warehouse, have keys, and start hiring your employees and whatnot. I'm all for support for small businesses, but make sure we're just making sure it's through the right avenues.
All right, Mr. Buckner.
Biggest thing that I want to do to help all these upstart businesses is be in an office with an open door policy for these businesses to come in and speak with somebody who's built a couple of these businesses up by hand. That Belmont down there on the beach, I did a lot of construction work over there and rebuilding after a couple issues over there. I've done work over at Hawks Taxi. I've done piping and welding over at Los Santos Customs. I helped with the old PDM when they were getting established. A lot of these businesses I've helped built by the hand up. That's what I want to do when I am in office. I want to set up a construction company here in this city using funds from my own pocket that I've been saving for a long time. City deserves a construction company that can help these new businesses and individuals help get themselves settled and get built or refurbished and help them get
10
taken care
seconds.
of and settled in.
All right, do you have any other questions?
No, that was it.
All
Thank
right,
you, lady and gentlemen, for your time.
Where we going?
Thank you.
Next up.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
So my question is, with the population in the city rising every day, what are your plans to help newer citizens get integrated into the city life?
We'll start with Mr. Buckner.
I want to help these individuals in this city make sure that their time is felt and worked. I do believe some of these startup vehicles in this city could be a little bit cheaper to help these individuals get up on their feet, especially some of these jive vehicles that they got going on. I think there could be a better price associated with that to get these individuals help on their feet. And then once we were able to get some more state funding, it'd be awfully helpful to get a little bit of a pay increase, once they get in there on their first flight on in.
All right, Mr. Schneezy.
Sure. So a very important thing of getting citizens to, become productive members of society is incentivizing them to do so. Okay. I've been rambling on about this welfare office, but again, it points back to this, a hub at all 3 locations throughout the state where individuals can go there and not only get information, these job listings on how to do it, but incentivize them a little bit more pay. Say, hey, this is the quota, you make this amount of money, and it promotes them to come back and contribute effectively to our society. Okay. Again, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of these new citizens and a lot of us that dealt with this have see them come in. They use their startup government money for bad. They get themselves a gun and they go around and just cause havoc. Instead, let's channel that energy into something productive with my new welfare evolution plan.
Hell yeah.
All right, Terry.
Welfare evolution plan. That's a mouthful right there. My plan for new citizens is
Let me see what I got.
Are you talking to me? Or? Oh, my plan for new citizens is one, a taxi card to help them get transport to the Department of Licensing, to a dealership. A taxi card basically would give them half off of the taxi fare, or maybe like a free ticket. And taxi drivers are not out of luck; they can claim it for up to $1,000, depending on distance or where the citizen has chosen their state housing at. I also think that we should encourage businesses to create floor jobs, such as custodial, something simple, like a sign spinner in the front of your store, to encourage these new citizens to be hired on and get a job immediately.
10 seconds.
This could be throughout the entire state, through all businesses. You could have a signed person outside of PDM, Boathouse, just to include
Okay, that's
newer
time.
citizens.
Thank you.
Damn, I feel like my time is shorter than the guys.
No, that was 1 minute.
Right. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Sure.
Right. Hello. So I'm Christopher. I'm a hunter, right? I've got an apartment in Los and I've got travel by car all the way to Polito to start hunting, right? So every time I go there, I need to watch out for criminals on the highway robbers, in groups, in gangs, and I'm always afraid that they're gonna rob me. How are you going to affect those crime rates and like decrease them, especially in the highways, and increase police patrols around the state?
All right, Terry, we'll start with you.
This starts with recruitment for our ranger program for the BCSO, or for the, I'm sorry. We need to get recruitment up in the ranger program first before we can start implementing any sort of plan of action, because we need the backup of the law enforcement agencies. Without the law enforcement agency support, we're really just driving with flat tires. I do agree that there is a problem with hunters and highways and robberies and hostages and things like that. So in order to decrease that number, we need to get rangers signed up, recruited, trained, good to go, to start going patrolling and to start ensuring that these things are not happening as frequently as they are.
All right, Mr. Schneezy.
Yeah, kind of a, I kind of echo what Terry was just saying. Importantly, getting rangers out there would be beneficial, but more importantly, ensuring accountability that our assets in the highway patrol are actually being used. My plan for that, which should directly help the issue you're talking about, is through my independent oversight committee. That's looking at how assets and resources are utilized all the way from the governor down to our cops and highway patrol men and women. So in that case, where we see crime rates in those particular areas affecting individuals who are contributing to society, those assets could be used elsewhere. I think that's an actionable idea that should see itself manifest in a positive manner.
Mr. Buckner?
Like I've been saying, I want to make sure that you're going to be well equipped to defend yourself in that scenario if it were to ever arise. One thing that I've been thinking about is a couple of these individuals around this city. We should get a lot of these too many patrols going on here in this city. I'd like to talk with the government and work on getting the Polito Bay Sheriff's Office open up and running so that there can increase foot traffic up there towards Polito Bay, and there'd be a lot more closer individuals of the law enforcement that would be well equipped to handle that scenario at a moment's notice. Also, like the other candidates have said as well, we need to get more power into the Rangers' hands. The Rangers are a volunteer program that most citizens
seconds.
that are legal are able to apply for. We just need to enable them to do their duty.
All right. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. All right, next up.
Yo, I go on this shit work.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got a couple different questions, right? Well, different questions for each one, right? Mr. Biff and that. So me as a person who part the life of crime and that risky life, we got lawyers that do jack shit, brother. Me will tell them lawyer that the cops violated me rights as a human being, and they completely disregard, won't try to argue with them cops, and ask for bare minimum for us. What will you do about this, man?
Facts, cuz
Is there any plans? Like they getting paid to do nothing, brother.
Exactly. Look, you hit it on the head there. There's a lot of individuals here. I can primarily cite Primo Vince Luciano back in the court over here, who has been used and abused by cops time to time again. And it's disgusting that, you get used and abused and their word is over yours. So at the end of the day, and quite frankly, the IA form they tell you to do is bullshit. Okay. I've been hit by a cop and nobody has come and helped me. So I'm just, validating that. What my plan is, the accountability. Have the committee look like that and change it. If there are assets, cops are doing this time and time again, we get reports, we're going to take note of that, quantify it, and get that statistic out there and say, hey, we have a reason to take away your assets. Instead of just seizing so many cars and causing all this, we need to put money elsewhere. Also, I want to change the way police reporting goes. I think it's important that somebody actually looks at that
10
more
seconds.
frequently than not, because at this time you can get hit by a cop. They can pull up to your neighborhood. Sometimes LSPD supervisor Washington has come and abused me at my
Right.
home. He's just watching over, and I have
That's
issues
fine.
with that.
Bomba Clyde.
Thank you.
Bomba Clyde.
Hey, so we got something for Jim, right? Hey, brother, we've been hearing that you stand for public relations and community outreach. Is it because you're trying to reach into your neighbor's love life and cause adultery by flirting with your neighbor's girls?
Oh, damn.
You kept bothering me about this lawn because me live down the block from you, but yet you sitting there chatting to me, gal, trying to do something. Why you trying to call adultery, man?
Get him, Skelly.
Brother, me and you both know I didn't talk. I didn't even know you had a goddamn.
Now you lying.
I heard you say God.
Brother,
You see that?
Let him answer
after
the
I
question.
realized that my neighbor was not taking care of his lawn,
Knock him out.
that I lended my tools to take care of. When's the
Well, you
last time
can't
that
think
you
about it?
mowed or trimmed those bushes over there? I've been taking care of that for you
Damn, he said
yourself.
you ain't take care of your wife, dog.
Yo, brother,
I
we
didn't-
about
I
to punch
didn't-
you in your face, man.
I
You
didn't
talk
say
about me-
anything like
You
that.
talk about
Knock
me.
him out.
Yo, brother, you talk about the pubic hairs, man.
We got you, Skelly. You knock him out.
The hell are you talking about, young
Brother,
dude?
you're
No,
not
I'm
getting
talking
shit,
about-
man. You're not getting
I-
shit.
Do you
I
have
talked
a
about
question
your
regarding the
shrubbery
campaign?
and your lawn care.
Yeah,
that
but
I've been taking care of for
we
you.
supposed to trust this guy. You're not gonna suppress me. The guy who trying to cause adultery and shit. He trying to get like all the VU shit and whatnot. Me know this guy, man. He a sexual person and pay $1,000 just for some ass to shake in front of him. We don't want
I've
him in no
never been to
governor.
the VU, and their cameras will show that.
That's lying.
Single moms.
You're just over here spreading lies there, son. We had a great relationship as neighbors there, and now you're just ruining it.
Nah, but now you capping. You see how you doing though?
I think
You have a
everybody
question?
individual in here can understand I'm looking for
How can we trust you? Is the
looking
question.
for a hardworking
We don't
job
know.
over here. I ain't talking
Mr.
with no women,
Buckner,
brother.
how can the public trust you?
How could the public trust me?
Yeah.
Yes, that's his question.
It's because I ain't ever lied, cheated, or steal. I'm honest in the fact I had a clean record, or I've never had a record. I've done everything for the individuals in this city. I'm a member of the Los Santos Fire Department. That's why you can
Oh,
trust
this
me.
is
If you
Finnegan.
can't trust an individual to get you back up on your feet and running, who can you trust?
Biff Navy.
All right, sir, did you have a question for Terry
For
Manning?
Terry, yeah. Hey, so does this mean like you're not the best realtor no more?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Does it mean you're not the best realtor no more?
I am the realtor, sir. Correct your facts.
You get the
All
ball,
right, good,
man.
good. That one me like.
She lost Skelly's vote.
All right, if there are no more questions from the public, I'm going to give the candidates one last chance.
I've got one
to-
for you guys.
I think that sir has a question. That gentleman.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, sir. I see that. Come on over.
So I've just got a simple question for the three of you. What is your thoughts on being caught with a class 3 and it's never being pulled out? As far as in a gunfight, I don't feel like it is fair to get such a harsh charge if you are caught carrying one and it is never pulled out or if the firearm is broken. Is there anything that any of you three could do to change maybe that law to maybe lessen the charge if you are caught with a class 3 that is broken or damaged or unusable or is never brought out in a gunfight?
Yeah,
Mr.
certainly.
Schneider, yeah,
I'll go
let's
ahead and take on this. I think the legislature could be evolved, especially if the firearm is broken and especially if it hasn't been used in any crime. What we're talking about here, sir, if I may be correct, is stacking charges against an individual. This is what makes it hard. This is why 93% of people have a criminal background, okay? They get the book thrown at them, and it's nearly impossible to get readjusted in society. So to answer your question, I want to sit with my legal team day one
Appreciate
and
that.
look at issues like that, and simply it needs to be categorized differently, okay? Now, frankly, if tier 3 weapon is being used against law enforcement, to me, that's not one-to-one than having a broken down, rusted weapon in your trunk. Simple as that.
Correct.
All right, Terry, would you like to speak on this?
I just want to make sure I understand the question. Can you repeat it one more time?
Yeah, so if you're caught with a class 3, let's say it's in your trunk, the gun is damaged or unusable, and you are stopped by a law enforcement officer. Obviously, they search your trunk, find it, and they hit you with a class 3 possession. Do you think that that is fair, considering that the firearm cannot be used in any way? Could the law maybe be altered in some way that, that that's not a class 3 possession charge, especially if the firearm's never been used or pulled out towards a law enforcement officer actively?
To be honest with you, I don't understand the firearm laws in that manner to really have an opinion on it, but that's something I can dig into, seeing as it is important to know these firearm laws. But I mean, the best answer I can give you is let me get back to you when I get more information.
Okay.
Mr. Buckner?
Would you rather me lie and be non-forward?
You know, this rust has finally caught up to a lot of these firearms here in this city. Do believe we have an outdated law, and when we get in office, I'll have the legal team scour those pages up and down. I don't get paid. I never did get paid for law advice. So when it comes to having the legal team behind the state, that's when we'll be able to look into that scenario. But I would love to change the law in regards to those broken down firearms.
Understandable. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
All right, very good.
What was his name? What was your name, sir?
My name's Reggie.
Reggie, what's your last name?
Reggie Cray.
I'll get in touch with you, and we can catch up on that.
Sounds good. Well, thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it.
All right, so we're just going to have a few open statements from you guys. Please do not interrupt the other candidates while they're speaking. I'm going to give you each 3 minutes just to say your piece on whatever about your campaign. Mr. Sneezy, I feel like you're raring to go.
Sure, I wouldn't mind going last or first or second. But anyways,
well, you decide.
Sure, I'll be happy to go.
All right.
So again, I've been working on a campaign that I've been privileged to have a team behind for 3 months. And the reason for that is it's a campaign you can trust. And if I've spoken to you, if I have the honor to speak to you on the streets or wherever about this campaign platform, you realize that it pertains to you. It pertains to new citizens. It pertains to individuals with a criminal background, and certainly everyone in between who are productive members of the society and deserve a voice in government. Okay. We're talking about the three-headed dragon of anti-corruption, transparency, economic development, and life after crime. Unfortunately, the past 2 governors and even beyond have not contributed to our society. So everyone naturally is a little worried. It's good to see Mr. Buckner here. He actually showed up for the event, but there are individuals who didn't even show up. And time again, I'm seeing that individuals are saying, I chose this person, I chose that because I've known for a long time. But instead, you need to ask yourself this: what tangible item is my candidate running on? Can I view this, and have I had a good conversation with them? Who is putting the most effort? And again, that's my challenge to you when polls open up. Think about who has took the time to earn your vote. Okay. I hope you think of me, and certainly if I haven't had the opportunity to speak to you face to face, where this platform shines, all in all, I have time for you, a time for everybody. I've heard a weird claim that one candidate said they'll get back to the individual asked questions in 3 to 5 business days. Look, I'm a candidate who speaks to everyone on the street, speak to businesses, and importantly, I'm already working with the government as a candidate to make change happen. So if you believe there's something that's not going to change, there's action statements behind that. We're talking about the welfare system. We're talking about the government grant. We're talking about getting more foot traffic to the greater state. We're talking about giving rights back to individuals who have had a troubled past. You surely fit in some bucket, if not all. And if that doesn't, you understand that the independent oversight committee I'm going to establish, and I'm going to transform that hall over there, the city hall, into a place where government records are more available to us. I'm talking about having access to your felony records, having that ability to go to that secretary whose job it is to have these government files, tell you if you have an active warrant or not, and importantly, to have DOJ case files ready. There are many gaps throughout the city, and this city has treated me incredibly well. So I've taken this opportunity to run for governor, to be your next governor, to give back. Again, many governors and many government officials are sat by the wayside, I promise you that we will stand together.
30
I will have an
seconds.
open door policy, and any concern, as I'm already doing as a candidate, be brought forward. There is action to be had, and we're ready to make a difference.
All right, Mr. Buckner.
Stand up,
You have
Memphis.
3 minutes.
What I plan to do for you folks in this city is be an honest line of communication. Somebody who's going to stand there in office each and every day and show up to his job each and every single day like I do in many facets in life. I plan to work with Miss Terry Manny here hand in hand. We've got a lot of farmland. We've got a lot of other jobs that we can get out here, get up and running so that individuals in this city don't just see the need to just turn everything life to criminal, or even if you are a criminal or a felon, there's ways that we can help bring you back to life. And as a legal citizen here with, like I said, not everything needs to be checked on your criminal background there. So through that, we need to, be able to bring more state funding to this place. Through state funding, we can help, individuals in this city get their businesses, their jobs, or whatever they need to do to live their life to the fullest that they.
All right, Terry, we know that your only wasn't able to make it this evening. Again, that should not be held against any candidates that couldn't make it. Not everybody could. But would you like
No, of
to make a statement to the public?
Sure.
All right, go ahead.
Basically, my goal as commissioner is the cleanup of Sandy and the Alamo Sea to bring more housing and social activities, and also to Grapeseed to bring more farm life. Like I said, our resources up in Blaine County are being bled dry by the city folk. We need to start setting stipulations so that we ourselves as Blaine County can benefit from our own resources. But first, before we can benefit, we need to clean up ourselves. We need help with that. We need a support from a governor who sees the vision and supports it. We also need to implement a truckers union to, one, keep the truckers safe, but also, two, keep them accountable. They can't be going at 100 plus miles per hour heads, putting multiple lives at risk. I don't know what that gentleman was upset with when he ran out the door. Seems to me that the only concern of his was to make money. I'm going to call you out on it. Lives are more important than cash. We also need the restructuring of the Bolingbroke Penitentiary. We need to support the DOC in getting more recruits, which is happening organically. We just need to support them. We also need to support the Ranger program, get more people involved in that. Also, I don't know who Pierre is. I don't know what his visions are. I have yet to talk to him. But if you feel like Pierre is a better candidate than I am for Blaine County, by all means, vote for the best person for the job. That is all I have to say.
All right. Thanks to each of you for coming out tonight. Yeah, we did enjoy the lively debate. That's it for the debates tonight, everybody. Please be safe on your way out. There are a lot of you.
Thank you, everybody. Make a difference.
Stand
Good
up,
discourse.
Memphis.
Difference. We
Well
stand
done
up
there,
difference
Mr. Biffs.
always.
Best of luck there, brother.
Huh?
Thank you very much, Miss Terry.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
yeah, it's almost like
You-
I
you
do
as
this
well.
for a
Good
living.
to see you,
like,
Jim.
I was thinking that, just like right now. I was like, dude,
You guys got something
Thanks,
to
guys.
drink?
You guys
I'm
have
really
fun.
thirsty.
Yeah, like a couple times.
Relaxa, bro. Yo, Jim's a bitch.
There we go.
Bitch. Barat.
That doesn't mean anything. I'm still going to mow your
Shut your
lawn
bitch ass
for you,
up.
brother.
It's just
just
make
said
me.
I got
Oh, I don't. I can't
talking
drink
shit about
alcohol.
the old government.
Recovering
What the
addict.
fuck,
Oh,
buddy?
okay,
What
let
the
me,
fuck?
do you need a lift, buddy? I got you.
I'm still
I
government.
don't really appreciate
Well,
being
no, my
threatened
garbage truck
inside a
ain't good.
government building.
No, my
Are you
garbage
good
truck
to
ain't
drive?
good.
Just you fucking
Now I
wait.
am. Yeah, I'm just really
Yes,
fucking.
you fucking
Okay.
wait. You'll see a fucking
Oh.
threat.
Okay.
Shit.
Terry, you
Ah,
fucking
shit about
slayed
the
it.
old government.
I
Listen,
feel
You
like
do
I'm
your
not
say
saying
I'm
much,
government
sure
but
worry
it's
about
okay.
did
burping
its
in
job,
your
okay?
face, by the way.
But don't worry.
You
What,
burped.
what's he
Oh my
talking
gosh,
about anyway?
Bobby.